So I still felt like I'm like, okay, this is great, but we're not really in a space where we're growing in the same way, like the way that I wanted to. So that first 20K month looked like, I think it came a couple months after the training, specifically after really thinking about where my revenue's coming from and looking at deals differently, because I wasn't looking at that data at all and that information at all. It was kind of like, I like this client, they're doing cool things, here's a proposal, if it happens it happens, like that kind of like,
Right.
because I'm very intuitive. But I started to notice, especially with just all the things that happened with 2020, like being intentional about my numbers is what I need to be growing. I was
Yeah.
not looking at my account, I was not looking at anything. So I stumble upon this training and I'm like, okay, well, like I don't need to learn how to make 10K. I know how to do that. But like something about you reached out to me on Instagram first, and then I clicked on your profile and then I saw what you were doing, and I just felt like giving it a chance. Like I'm really trying to be more open now to what other people have to say. And also I think that by now I'm more discerning when it comes to like who's a coach, because everybody's a coach now. So I loved from the moment that I saw uh, your stuff. I love that you were like not preaching this like do more, and more like find your focus and find what's gonna work. So saying all that to say, I looked at my numbers, and I saw what an opportunity for growth would be, which is offering like changing the offerings a little bit to align more with the quality of the work we were doing, and then also with what I wanted the agency to be known for. And then increasing my pricing was a big part of it. And then being ready to pitch for like bigger contracts
Hmm.
once I understood that if I didn't pitch for a certain level, a certain amount for like these specific services, I wasn't going to hit revenue targets. So I wasn't there. I was generating the 10K, but I wasn't in a space where I had total awareness of how that money was going to come. It was more like we had a really successful year in 2020. I built some brands. I put my heart and soul into every brand that year because it was like, it's a freaking pandemic. I'm going to make sure that if you're working with me, it's going to feel great and we're going to do something great for your business. And so I started getting referrals and all of that. But there was something about the knowledge that you shared in that training that
Hmm.
unlocked um, my understanding of how to build, reverse engineer, as you would say, the revenue that I was hoping for.
I love that. Okay, so I want to pause for a moment here because those of you who have not watched the free training before, which why are you waiting, right?
Yeah,
Let's
seriously,
head
get
on
on
over
it.
to that link, which is in the show notes. It's ellenyin.com/get clients. Or if you head on over to my Instagram, it's the link in my bio. But, anyways, during this free class, one of the things that I walk you through is what I call money math. So, this is simple arithmetic, nothing scary, no calculus involved or algebra, but it's three very simple equations that share with you or give you clarity on exactly how many clients you need to actually reach your income goal, whether that's 5K,
Mm-hmm.
10K, or 20K in Kat's case. It helps you get clear on what your conversion rate is. So, what your sales conversion rate is, which most service providers or people who work with clients never think about. And also, what exactly do you need to reach in terms of your monthly leads in order to hit your income target? So, these are the three things that Kat is talking about when she's talking about reverse engineering and having awareness of how she's actually bringing in the money, what she needs to do to scale her business forward. So I want to pause for a moment because something that you said
Mm-hmm.
about how gaining this clarity around your numbers allowed you to actually see which offering you wanted to grow more, right? So, what did that offering end up being that you decided, okay, I'm going to focus on this one?
Yeah, so as a branding agency, we offered before, I think in 2021 we were offering like a multitude of things, and then I realized that the thing that we had to focus on was on brand design, and more specifically brand design for brands who have been around for a few years, because that process is different. It
Mhm.
involves more strategy, and more kind of unlocking what the secret sauce is in the business, really finding alignment and doing some strategy first, right? Before jumping into design. And so if you're a business and you've already been around for a few years, your approach to branding is different. And it really aligns with how we work, because at this point, maybe in the beginning, it was nice to have brands that were just starting out. But after
Mhm.
working with 75 plus brands, now we're in a space where it's more about, um, okay, so we're going to elevate what you already have going so that you can go to the next level. And so that service of like brand design and brand strategy was is the thing that we're focusing on now, as opposed to before. Like I was doing strategy with investor pitch decks because I'm in New York, so there's like a startup scene here, right?
Yeah.
Doing like branding for social media, and we're doing some of those things still. Some of them fell off the menu completely, or you know, the offerings completely.
Right.
But the focus has been, hey, like we're all pivoting in some way, shape, or form in major ways. And we'll help you with that. We'll help you think about it first and then design deliverables that are meaningful and that actually help your business grow.